Hi, welcome to Art Arts. Today we're talking about Botticelli, the so famous painter. All the world comes to Florence to see his paintings in the Uffizi Gallery, the so-called birth of Venus, and the allegory of Florence. But now we're talking about the second part of his life, when after the being creating with Lorenzo de' Medici. Maybe you know from the Medici fiction that they were close friends. They created a sort of golden age in Florence, something that maybe had never happened again in history, and creating a sort of ideal atmosphere, okay, as something of ideal of beauty, ideal of harmony all over the city, and that ended abruptly in 1492 when at 43 years old, and that's the date of today, in 1492, Lorenzo died. In 2 years, after 2 years, the republic was not a republic anymore, was a theocracy, so a government of God under the direction of the Dominican friar Girolamo Savonarola. There was a preacher, was very influential in Florence, and he changed from white to black, or from black to white, depends on what you're thinking about it, the life and the lifestyle of all the Florentines. So just to show you the atmosphere, okay, they passed from this, so this is the birth of Venus of Botticelli, to this kind of situation and this kind of behavior. Okay, this, you see this paletism. This is Filippino Lippi, is another iconography, another artist, but just to show you how the life changed, and also the artist changed a lot. Someone for convenience, so they were commissioned at a different kind of paintings, and they realized that just it easy peasy. But for some others there was a real change of thought, real change of mind, and Botticelli was part of this second group. So he decided to paint not allegories, not mythological scenes anymore, just sacred iconographies. But he painted also before some Madonnas or some saints. For example, at the Uffizi Gallery, you can see also this, the Virgin Mary of the Magnificat. This is fantastic painting, so harmonious. You can see these bright colors. There's such a golden light inside, and these beautiful figures, these beautiful people. They represent all the ideal of beauty that I was talking before. But after the influence of Girolamo Savonarola, then the friar died, then in the 4 years later hanged and burned down in Piazza della Signoria, so a very terrible end for him and his followers. However, Botticelli had already changed his manner, his maniera, and he realized the paintings like this. I chose this one because this one you can see it inside the Palatina Gallery, okay, in the Pitti Museum in Florence too. And you see this is not a big table, a big tablet. It's very little, but it's very small. But you can see that it chose to represent the Virgin Mary just torn in two, we can say, okay. Yes, she's just offering the baby child to hang the little San Giovanni, the little San John. But you see, this attitude is not natural. Okay, they are like closed in this space. There's no air. There's no harmony. Even here the drapery is very schematic, is rigid, and the colors are darker than before, okay, and there's no tenderness. There's just pain and sorrow and maybe grief, we can say. And you have to note that all the people here, all the three figures here, they are closed, so they are not looking each other, they are not looking at us, at the observer, but everyone is closed in himself and themselves. So there's not opening to the world anymore, but everyone is close to find their own salvation. Okay, so this is just another word. I have to remember you that Botticelli died very poor and forgotten, and now he's buried in the very tiny tombstone in the church of Ognissanti in Florence. So he died perfectly unknown, we have to say. Tomorrow we will go back to Siena, and we will talk about the Sienese sculptor Jacopo della Quercia and these beautiful statues of Acca Larenzia and Rea Silvia. See you tomorrow.